What's up, folks? Billy Goat. The question of the day: to fast or not to fast? For whatever reason you're thinking of fasting, whether it be weight loss or the hormone boost that you can supposedly get from it, I'm gonna break it down for you, I guess. It can be really simple or it can be really complicated. If you're wanting to lose weight and you get into a calorie deficit while fasting, wonderful. But in my experience and in my opinion, fasting leads to underworking, it leads to overeating, and it leads to mental health issues. How does it lead to underworking? Well, you don't really have anything to fuel your workouts. I traditionally eat 15, 20, 30 minutes before I go work out. If I don't, guess what? I'm not going to work as hard. It's just simple biology. You got to have something to fuel your body. Not to mention, like, I'm not saying that it's 100% going to happen, but like, fasting leads to like muscle degradation, and making sure you're fueling your body with a little bit of carbs, a little bit of protein, a little bit of fats right before a workout. You're going to make sure that you're not eating away at your muscles. You're not getting the fuel you need before your workout, and you feel dried up and you feel weak. If you've ever lifted and you're not gone and eaten and you have that empty pit in your stomach and you're like, wow, my grip doesn't feel as strong, I don't feel like I can bear as much weight on my back, all those things, well, it's probably because you've been fasting or you're not eating before you're going to the gym. And in my experience, anytime I've not eaten before going to the gym, it's just not as good of a workout. It's not enjoyable. And when you're going to the gym, you're supposed to enjoy it, aren't you? So we know how it leads to underworking. How does it lead to overeating? Well, a lot of people go from an 8 to a 16-hour fast. 8 hours you can eat, 16 hours you can't, or 12 and 12. And if you tell me I can't eat all day, but I can eat everything I want in 8 hours, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go eat 2 pizzas. I'm going to stuff my mouth full of milkshakes. I'm going to eat 5 ice creams. I'm going to eat 20 bags of chips. I'm going to eat everything in the world. Definitely because I've starved all day. You've told me I couldn't eat all day. It leads to binge eating. That's literally the definition of binge eating, is eating as much as you can in a short period of time. That's like gorging yourself. So you're telling me I need to starve all day, and then 8 hours of the day, 12 hours of the day, I can eat as much as I possibly want? That is absolutely absurd. Like, quite frankly, absurd. The average human doesn't have the mental strengths and the mental capacities to cut themselves off. If they did have the mental capacity and the mental strength to cut themselves off, they wouldn't be watching this video wondering, should I be fasting to lose weight? They would already be in shape. So you think fasting's a good idea for them? You should tell them, hey, you should starve yourself half of the day, and then the other half of the day eat anything and everything you want. Not, hey, you should eat in moderation, eat a little bit of the things that you like, a lot of greens, a lot of veggies throughout your day, eat a good bit of protein, eat just a little bit of carbs, just enough to fuel your workout, and then you should start losing weight. That's going to help you get into a calorie deficit more than fasting is. If you tell me I can eat as much as I want, I'm going to gorge myself, quite literally. How does it affect your mental health? Well, I just talked about it. You're going to binge eat and gorge yourself. You're struggling to make it through the day because this is miserable and you want to be able to eat again. Doesn't that sound like a mental struggle in and of itself? That sounds like a mental struggle to me. That's not a, wow, this is joyful, this is amazing. That sounds like I'm dying and this is terrible. Not to mention all the other disorders that come with telling yourself when you can and can't eat. Like, that's absurd. We're trying to stop people from being obese and underweight. We're trying to teach people to eat a well-balanced nutritional diet, and telling them they get a a time of day where they can eat whatever they want, well, you know what that's going to lead to? Unhealthy eating, and unhealthy eating habits is just going to lead to a bad mental health. I mean, it's all simple. Eat a well-balanced nutritional diet. What's a well-balanced nutritional diet? Lots of greens, lots of fruits, lots of any kind of vegetable, really. It doesn't matter if it's greens or not. It's a vegetable. If it comes from the earth, eat it. Lots of proteins, some carbs, and then a little bit of what you love. Just a little bit. Get your fats in there, your sugary sweets, your sweet tooth, all those cravings that you have. I'm not saying don't eat those. I'm just saying eat in a calorie deficit so that you can lose the weight that you want to lose, and you can keep it off forever. Because fasting, I'm telling you right now, is not a fun. None of those things. It's just not a good time. Nothing about fasting is fun. And don't even get me started with the supposed energy and hormone boost, because that's all a bunch of honky. It doesn't even make sense. You're telling me you eating 8 to 4 hours a day, you have more energy than me, who is fueling each one of my workouts with carbs, proteins, fats, everything I need to fuel my workouts with. Like, that doesn't even make sense. Do you know how biology works? You got to fuel your body with foods. Like, that doesn't even make sense. You're going to have more energy from eating less times a day. And then the hormone boost. So supposedly you'll get a boost in HGH, but none of those studies to me have been convincing enough to tell me, hey, only eat once a day, only eat twice a day. Like, that doesn't even make sense to me. None of them, none of the studies are convincing whatsoever to say, hey, I'm only gonna eat once a day. No, biology says you should eat 3, 4, maybe even 5 times a day if that's what you want. Have some snacks. Eat every time you feel hungry. I mean, really, if you're eating low-calorie snacks, I can eat every time I feel hungry. If I feel a grumble in my stomach, guess what I'm going to go do? Go get me a snack. So if you've decided that fasting is not for you and you're just going to start counting your calories, well, wonderful. I got through to you, and you might actually get to your goals. If fasting is working for you, then keep doing what you're doing. That is awesome. If fasting isn't, then start counting your calories. You will get to your goals. If you found this video interesting, you found advice from it that you can use into your daily life or getting to your goals, or whatever it may be, like, share, comment, subscribe, all those good things. Thanks.